How are you? Welcome to our exclusive Bridal YouTube channel. My name is Joy and I'm so happy for you if you found out this channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Today we are asking on the bridal show. We want to know, how well do you know your bride to be? How well do you know your bride? How well do you know your groom? How well? How well? So without wasting so much time, you need to know. You need to know there are quite a number of things that I've listed down for you. I have actually like 14 of them. Like the first one, what was your bride's first job? You need to know that. It's important for you, also for planning purposes and things like that. What was his job? Or or the bride that you're intending to marry is just from college? Or what kind of job does she do to earn a living? Or you just met at church? Okay, for example, or you just took her, or was it like a connection from your auntie, this hookup kind of thing? But how well do you know your bride in terms of what was her first job reaction? How did she react? Does she love her job? What does her job entail? Is she a nurse? Is she a teacher? Is she a chef? Is she a pilot? Is she an engineer? That determines quite a number of things. That is why we are asking, how well do you know your bride? If she is an engineer, maybe she's a civil engineer. Most of the time, if you'll be married to an engineer, you need to know how to react to engineers. How do engineers respond to their day-to-day life? How do they take their issues? How do they break down their issues? What are their major points? That should let you know how you're going to deal with this guy, or how you're going to deal with this bride when you're getting married. Probably you're getting married to a lawyer. Most of the time she's going to argue in terms of, she's going to have talks like those of like lawyer kind of terms. So you need to understand her job. Probably you're getting married to a nurse, or she nursed you. So you need to know about that. You need to know the kind of job that she does. Is she a chef? If she's a chef, then that means ABCD, that most of her time she'll be spending at the hotel, and there are times you can't call her. So this you should put down very clearly in black and white. Now that you're getting married, and how you want to know your bride determines the kind of nature of job that she does. Yes, you love her, she's beautiful, she's sexy to you. What's your bride's favorite animal? There are those people who don't love animals, or probably you've been raised by a dog. You've been raised with a pet like hen and things like that. This helps you make a decision to know whether this guy of mine, this wannabe, doesn't love dogs, or if she loves dogs, or if she's the lady and she loves dogs, what kind of dogs does she love? You can surprise her by bringing for her a present of a dog, or vice versa, or you guys can decide to keep one as a pet. In this term also, you never know, you can be having a big house, you can invest in hens and things like that, which in turn can help you grow in terms of, you can have an income on the side. So it's good to know what is the bride's favorite animal. And number 3, you need to know, where did the bride meet the groom? Where did you guys met? You should put this down in pen and paper so that you can revisit it later. And the times, marriage is not like a promise where it's not going to be I'm promising it's not going to be 100% smooth. That times it's going to be like this, and that sometimes it's going to be like this. So you need to know where you guys met. You need to write it down. You never know, you can be having and then on the process you find that this is where we met. You took a photo and things like that. Take as many photos as possible. Take them and keep them. And number 4, what is your bride's shoe size? What's your bride's shoe size? Is she a size 36? Is she a size 42? Or what is your groom side on the other side? Does she loves Timberland? Is she a Timberland kind of guy? Is she a sharpshooter kind of guy? Or is she a sport guy? Or is she is she a guy who loves sandals, depending with the kind of guy that you've met that is going to marry you. So these are the things that you need to put in place. You need to know what his shoe size, for purposes of, maybe for example, you're going to celebrate your anniversary 1 year down the line. You can surprise him by buying him, his favorite kind of shoe, because you already knew what his shoe size is. Sorry about my twister. Number 5. What's the bride's favorite food? What does she love? Does she love beef? Does she love chicken? Does she love rice? Does she love, this applies to the both of you, the groom and the bride. If he's the guy, what kind of food does he love? Does he love, ugali? If you're marrying from the western side, just get to know that most of the time you'll be doing what? You'll be cooking ugali most of the time. And if you're marrying from the opposite side, the eastern side of Kenya, then you ought to know that these guys love what? They love kiming mokimo, they love githeri. And if it's githeri, what kind of githeri? Is it mashy? Does he love it mashy, as of the sticky like githeri, cooked nicely, well presented? And also, or he doesn't love it, sticky. He loves it when it's looking like you like that, So you need to know, you need to write down all that. You need to know your bride. You need to know your bride. How well do you know your bride? So these are the things that you also need to know. And number 6, who is your bride's best friend? You need to know this. You need to know this so that you can keep in touch. You can't just remove all his friends or her friends just because you guys are two. You need to know what's her best friend, and is this best friend of her, is she a person of worth? Is she a person of value? Do you see value in her, or she's going to bring down your marriage once you guys are together? So you need to know that. You need to know her friend. You need to know the kind of ladies she's hanging with. I know right now you're so blinded with her beauty, you don't want to break ties. You don't want to know even what kind of friends she's hanging out with. You need to know. It is of great importance, because later in life, yes, she might be the girl that you love, but what about her friends? She can't just remove her friends all of a sudden. Probably you don't like them. You need to tell her from the word go, fine babe, I love your friends, but I don't think she's the right friend for you right now. But you can't just chase her away. Everything falls in place at the right time. So let it be, let her friends be. If she's mature enough, she has 32 teeth, she's going to know how to go about it. But if she's a good friend, you can confide in her when she's not giving you value for the marriage. You can confide in her in things that you don't like about her. But now we are learning of how well do you know your bride. You need to know these things down, so that in the future, maybe when you have problems, you can know who to confide in quickly. It's not advisable that you're just married and you're here running, telling guys about, this lady, I married this lady, I didn't expect that she's going to behave like this. No. That is why you should know her friends. You should know the kind of ladies that she hangs with, the kind of men that she hangs with, to determine how you're going to handle her in future, in the event, or should there be a quarrel between the two of you. And then this one is the most tricky part. Number 8. What amount of money does your bride to be earn? Hello, I know this is crazy. What amount of money does your bride earn? This is the core. Actually, this is the foundation of the marriage. This is where people go wrong. You need to know from the word go, how much is this guy bringing to the table? How much is he earning? And if you're the groom to be, kind of grooms to be outside there, please don't hide your salary. Don't give imagination things. Don't give out imagination things. Don't give out imagination salary. Don't promise heaven when you cannot reach heaven yourself. Don't promise rock and sands when you know very well your pocket is dry all a week together. So you should this, in terms of how well you know your bride to be, should be very key, so that for planning purposes, you're now going to venture into marriage. There are finances, there are things that a lady is supposed to do, there are things a man is supposed to do. Remember, the Bible says very well that the man is the head of the house, the head in terms of providing. So don't come here just because you've seen it in your family that my mom is the one who used to provide, so you want to slug her, you want to put your hands akimbo and say she should do ABCD. She's also working, she's also learned, she's in a good career position than me. No, work hard, sweat, go out there and sweat, sweat guy, sweat, so that when you come home you feel you have that strength and oomph to provide for your family. And put it in black and white. If I'm earning 20,000 Kenya shillings, let your wife know that you're earning 20,000 Kenya shillings. And also this applies to the wife, to the bride to be. If you're earning 15,000 shillings, kindly don't say 5,000 shillings. And then after 2 weeks, you're seeing, if you're married now, for example, for the marriage, now this again applies to the marriage, guys. We're seeing you've bought, nice shoes. Where is it coming from? And if you're not doing anything as a bride, you need to know how to save, because you're going to get into marriage. We're also going to speak this on another video. It's a very long talk show. We can't put it all those here in how well do you know your bride. Today we just want to know how well do you know your bride before you're going to tie this knot. So we're going to speak about that in a different video. But you need to know how much she is earning, how much he is earning. So for planning purposes, from the word go, no one should lie to you that I'm earning, my husband is earning 50k, I'm earning 20k, so his money is our money. Fine, he's your money, yes, but also remember that you have something to contribute, to bring for the value of this marriage. And how well do you know your bride? This goes out to my point 10. What level of education? What level of education did your bride or groom reach? Is she a college girl? Is she a high school dropout? Is she a degree holder? Is he a PhD holder? You need to know this so that you can understand that probably you are learned. There are number of the way you reason is not the way she's going to reason. This points me out to this. To my point 11. How does your bride or groom spend her money? How does he spend his money? You need to know this because ladies are natural spenders, including me. As of when you go to the supermarket, you are like, oh, this is beautiful. I have to get this. I have to get this new dress. I have to look, good. There are new stilettos in town. This new fashion is in. So is she a spender? Or is she the kind of lady that, let us save first? There are a number of things. There is one thing that I was taught, and I'm also going to share this with you. Well, after marriage, after honeymoon, come together. Come, sit down, watch this YouTube channel. You can also comment down there. Put your hands like this. I don't know if it's clear. Put your hands like this. Like this. No, it's like this. So if you put it like this, which thumb comes on top of the other? Like for me, my right thumb goes on top of the left thumb. That means a lot of things. And however much I try to do like this, my left thumb cannot go on top of the right thumb. Same to your groom. Go and try it. Or if you're married, you can also try this. This shows that our mind setup are not the same. The way God created us is not the same. If your right hand goes on top of the left hand like this, then it means I'm a right thinker. And if your husband does the same, he's a left thinker. What does that mean? Left thinkers, there's a way. They're they keep to themselves. Right thinkers are people like us, bloggers, they're outgoing, they like spending just because of it. The way we think is not the way we think. So if you understand that, you'll know why, how well, how you're going to spend your, is she a spender or she's somebody who saves? And then, is your bride a Facebook blogger or a Pinterest? So you should also know this. And then, if your bride could travel anywhere in the world, where will she go? You should know this so that you can plan for honeymoon, to know where she's going to, where she loves. What does she love? Does she love the lakeside? Does she love cold? Does she love nature? So this is also good, so for planning purposes, so that you can plan together and find out where you can surprise her in terms of honeymoon, or if you're married, where you can take your family for an outing. The crazy one is here, and the last one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Who's your bride's celebrity crush? Hello. Who's your bride's celebrity crush? I'm talking in terms of Kenya, because we are, okay, for those guys who are going to watch within Kenya, who's your celebrity? Who's your bride, or who's your groom's celebrity crush? If you are his crush, hello, akayamba to you. If your bride, loves like diamond, so then that shows you the nature of things, that what does this diamond does. Is she a guy who loves how to dress casual or not casual? He loves his moves, then he loves his music, then that means you'll be taking her out with you'll surprise her in terms of anniversary or birthday. You'll surprise her with the songs of diamond. If your groom's crush is like Betty Charlo, how does she dress? How does she take herself? If that's her crush, then the way she takes herself, you need to copy, girl, and you need to to behave like that. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to this vlog. Don't forget to share and subscribe. We're going to be speaking so much on this exclusive bridal, because this is where bridals, marriages, married men learn. Thank you so much.